gremlins in the system this morning. I think everyone should have permission to record again. Everyone happy at your end? Yeah? It's frozen again. I can see them all on yours actually. Guys, can you give us a thumbs up if you can hear us? Yes, yeah. Fantastic. Right. We'll just, I don't know what's going on, so we'll just try and crack on as quick as we can. We'll start with David Edgar, please.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning, David. You okay?
I'm good. Looking forward to tomorrow night. Could we get a squad update ahead of the match?
Yeah, everyone's come through the weekend's game fine. They're all available for selection. Ryan Kent's closer, but we've had to maybe take this game out. It's come a little bit too soon, so he's days away. But unfortunately, this one comes a little bit too soon. Ryan Jack's progressing well, should be in full training probably around or just before the Aberdeen game. So positive on both them fronts, but unfortunately, this game comes too soon for Ryan Kent.
Mark Dingwall, please.
Good morning, Stephen.
Morning, Mark.
Seems a bit strange when you're sitting top of the league for people to be a wee bit frustrated about the lack of goals. In terms of swapping around your options, does the European game give you any different problems with regard to that and how you play?
Do you want to know who's playing up front tomorrow, Mark, in a roundabout way?
Would be a nice wee special to have, yes. So if you could just kind of lay that out for me, that'd be great.
Well, listen, all my strikers are available for selection. Going back to the first part of your question, I think we should be scoring more goals. I think we should be rewarding ourselves for a lot of our good play. We're getting to the right areas, we're creating chances in game. I'd be a lot more frustrated and disappointed if we weren't creating these chances and we weren't getting in the right areas. And I do believe someone along the line will be on the end of some goals from us. I was asked a question about Alfredo at the weekend, and it's quite obvious that he's not in his best of form, but he's still getting into the right places. His all-round game's still okay, and it's only a matter of time before the goals come. From Alfredo's point of view, he's sitting on 99, so I'm sure he'll be desperate to get to 100, but I certainly won't be giving me team selection away, but it wouldn't surprise me if 3 of me number 9s are involved over the 90 minutes tomorrow.
Ronnie Charters, please.
Hi Stephen, just wondering in terms of the context of the group, is this match against Brøndby a must win?
I don't mind if you put it that way. We want to try and win every game here at Rangers, no matter where we're sitting in the table, but having lost the first 2 games, I think it's very important that we win this head to head over the next 2 games. We have to take a minimum of 4 points, ideally we take 6. So tomorrow we need a performance and a result that's going to try and kickstart our Europa League campaign. I don't think our 2 performances have been miles away, but it's a result business, and to get out of the group you need results, so we're well aware of that. If that adds a little bit more pressure going into tomorrow's game and people on the outside want to make it a must-win game, we're okay with that.
Laurie-Anne, please.
Hi Stephen, do you feel that with regards to the competitiveness of the Scottish Premiership this season, it's perhaps taken more of a toll on the Europa League form?
I don't think so. I just think we were dealt a difficult group. I think Lyon have started the group as everyone would have imagined, really strong favourites. I think we've seen that at Ibrox. Our second game was really close, but unfortunately we lost the boxes. Unfortunately, we couldn't defend our box well enough from a set play, so we were punished in that game as well. I don't think the domestic forms had any impact on them 2 results. But I do agree with the part of your question that it is more competitive from a domestic point of view. I think Hearts and Hibs have started the season ever so well. I think Dundee obviously have emerged the last 3-4 games with their form. And I was asked a similar question in the last domestic press conference. We certainly welcome that competition. But the positive thing for me is I still think we've got levels and gears to go into, and we're still sitting in a nice place. So I do expect our form and our level and our rhythm to change as we go along.
Chris Jack, please.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning, Chris.
The Premier League announced yesterday that 68% of players have had 2 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. What are the numbers in your squad, and what conversations have you had with your players about getting the vaccine?
I don't think I'm in a position to divulge medical information from a club's point of view. I think it's each to their own in terms of the decision. I'm certainly double vaxxed. We've had many medical meetings throughout COVID. The doctors also made it clear that, in his opinion, everyone should go and get double vaxxed. But I'm certainly not in a position to divulge stats or numbers in terms of personal medical information from me players individually or collective. So we're pushing, we're asking for all our players to go and get this done. But we certainly can't force, because I think everyone's entitled to make their own decisions.
Joshua Barry, please.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
You said in the opening 45 minutes that you found a level that will take you where you want to get to on Saturday. Just wondered how much that was owing to Aribo and Hadji both starting high up the pitch, and also your team's intensity without the ball.
Well, I think certain games you need to tweak and change certain things depending on what level of opponent you're coming up against, what systems you're going to be playing up against. We decided to go really aggressive and bold against Hearts, and I think it certainly worked in the first half to go in at half-time 1-0 up. And the chances we created, we were unfortunate not to be even further in front. There was a lot of positives from the Hearts game. Our first half performance was certainly stronger than the second. But over the course of the game, we've created 5-6 really strong opportunities. And I think in terms of what the crowd wanted to see and us as a staff, we were really pleased with the first 45. If we can find that level for 90 minutes, that'll push us where we want to go for sure.
Stephen Halliday, please.
Hi Stephen, you're without Glenn Kamara tomorrow obviously. I just wondered what your reaction was to UEFA not deciding they couldn't take any action. Surprised, disappointed, a bit of both?
Yeah, probably a bit of both. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't think the punishments are big enough for this type of stuff, not just in this game. In terms of the Glenn incident, I think as a whole, I don't think the punishments for racism are enough, and I think that's the reason why it won't be totally eradicated out of the game anytime soon. We'll miss Glenn tomorrow. He's a good player, and in an ideal situation we'd have him available, but we need to use this as a rest for Glenn, because he's played an awful lot of football with the international games. He always plays full games when he's away. We've used him a lot, so we need to try and use it as a positive now that he's not available, and try and get him a rest and have him fit and fresh for the weekend.
Okay, we'll finish with Stephen McGowan and then Andy Devlin, please.
Morning, Stephen. I just wanted to ask about Alfredo again. I mean, he has a record of 5 or 15 games, which is a decent record. But is
sorry, can you just start that again? Sorry, I missed the first bit.
Yeah, sorry. I was just asking about Alfredo. I mean, you referred to him earlier. I think he scored something like 5 and 15 appearances this season, which is not a bad record at all. But was he a victim of his own expectations? And do you think European football usually brings out the best in him? 5
and 15 is not enough for me. Not just from him. I think we need to score more goals. All our strikers, we're at Rangers here. The chances we're creating, I'd expect the guy who's played the majority of the minutes as a number 9 to have more than 5 and 15. So they're stats that we need to improve on moving forward. We have to keep providing the service and the chances for Alfredo to get more goals. But if you look at previous number 9s and also Alfredo's records in other seasons, it has been better than 5 and 15. So I'm sure Alfredo himself, certainly myself and the coaching staff, in terms of our attacking unit and our number 9s, we want to get more goals into them. This might have crashed again here.
Hi, Stephen. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm quite sure, I mean, you mentioned it yourself there, I mean, Alfredo will be acutely aware he's close to this milestone of 100 goals. Can that sometimes play a part, just to go over that hurdle, go over that line, even subconsciously for him?
It possibly, but if I've got any advice for him, he just needs to just focus on keep getting in the right places, in the right areas, and he'll absolutely smash 100 goals in no time. So he shouldn't really overthink it. All he should be thinking is, what can I do and what can I offer the team to be the best version of myself? in terms of us getting the results. We're a team that do create a lot of chances, so it's only a matter of time before that record comes, and he's going to go on and score many more goals, so he shouldn't overthink it.
And we'll just take one to finish from Nana Carlson, please.
Yes, good morning. Should I just do this in English?
Do it in English.
Yeah, and we can translate after.
Danish?
English.
English is good for me.
Good as well. Stephen, what do you know about Brøndby? Obviously, you know Daniel Agger. Maybe he told you something, but all in all, what do you know about Brøndby?
Well, Daniel Agger, I have a fantastic relationship with him. I really enjoyed my time at Liverpool. He was a fantastic player, but even better, a human being, great guy. In terms of Brøndby, I know a lot about them because I've watched a lot of games in the last week, 10 days. I'm aware that they didn't start the season domestically really strong, but they seem in the last 3-4 weeks, the last 4 or 5 games, to be getting a lot stronger and turning the form around. I think they're a really honest team who play with a back five. They carry a big threat up front. They have a little and large combination, really good movement, and we need to control the front two players for Brøndby to have a chance, because they carry a big threat. So they're a team, again, at this level you've always got to respect your opponents, the individuals within that. But for me the focus is very much on us and trying to be the best version of Rangers. If we do, we should get a positive result.
Folks, thank you very much. Jan, if you could translate that last question for Nana, please, that would be great. Otherwise, we're done with the manager, and Conor Goldson will be here in a couple of minutes.
Good. Thank you. All the best.